In this editorial, we will discuss BIMSTEC. What is it? What is the role of India in BIMSTEC? And what will be its future consequences? So let us see. Cohesion, cooperation. Cohesion means when you are united in a body. To be united. Cooperation means to provide assistance to each other. India must assuage apprehensions of power imbalances among members of BIMSTEC. So there are some countries in BIMSTEC, and particularly smaller countries have doubts regarding power sharing. It means smaller countries have fears that some big countries or some powerful countries like India may dominate BIMSTEC. So these type of apprehensions, so these types of doubts must be mitigated. SUH means when you make something less intense, when you alleviate something, you relieve or you mitigate something. So it is, you can say, India's duty that India should mitigate the fear of smaller countries regarding power imbalance in BIMSTEC. The adoption of the charter, the adoption of the charter at the 5th Bay of Bengal initiative for multi-sectoral, technical and economic cooperation. This is the full form of BIMSTEC. This is the full form of BIMSTEC, है ना? Bay of Bengal initiative for multi-sectoral, technical and economic cooperation. So you can say that this is a cooperation among nations. So Bay of Bengal initiative. Adoption of the charter. Charter is, you can say that, an official paper. Charter is an official paper that shows the rights of a country's people, or that shows the rights of an organization. So recently BIMSTEC has adopted a charter. So in BIMSTEC, the member countries will cooperate their technology as well as they will cooperate economically. So this is an initiative. Initiative means when you take an step, when you begin something, when you introduce something. Summit means meeting. Promises, something that promises, it means it gives you future assurance. To re-energize the 25-year-old grouping. So BIMSTEC is not a new group. This is not a new body. It is almost 25-year-old, and recently India has adopted a charter regarding BIMSTEC. So it gives hope that this charter may give new energy to this group, and particularly at a time of growing global uncertainties. So particularly at this time we are experiencing Ukraine Russia war. It means a lot of uncertainties are there in the whole world. These uncertainties are continuously growing, and in this time, if you have adopted some charter, if you say that you are going to cooperate, then this is you can say that next level talk. The charter is expected to help impart. Impart means to give. The charter is expected to help impart a more connected vision. It means this charter will increase connectivity among the member nations to the 7 member organization. There are 7 members in BIMSTEC. So among these 7 members, this charter will help in increasing connectivity. The charter and India's decision to lead the security pillar out of the 7 designated. When you designate something, it means you give some name to that thing. Designated pillars. So there are some 7 pillars, some 7 important aspects, and among these 7 aspects, one aspect is security, and India will lead the security pillar. Of the revived, if you revive something, it means you give a new life to that thing. Revived BIMSTEC. So the charter has given India's regional aspirations. Aspirations means your ambitions, what you want to do in future. A new orientation. It means a new direction. So this charter has given India a new direction about its ambitions. Away from the stalemated. Stalemate means when there is no progress. It is called stalemate condition. है ना? Impasse. These are synonym. Impasse, stalemate. When you cannot move anywhere. है ना? When you are stuck in a situation, it is called stalemate. Away from the stalemated SARC that has been unable to meet since November 2014. So if we talk about SARC, so there has been no meeting of SARC since 2014. It means SARC is in a stalemate condition. There is no movement in SARC. So here regarding BIMSTEC, it is not the same case. Away from means like the case that we see in SARC, it is not the case in BIMSTEC. The new opportunity is also accompanied by its own set of problems. So okay, BIMSTEC provides a lot of opportunities, but as well as accompany means to be with something or someone, accompanied by its own set of problems. But there are a lot of problems accompanied with this opportunity. So some challenges are there, and we need to face these challenges also. These inherent challenges were reflected in the time taken to finalize the charter. So when these member countries started working to finalize the charter, so a lot of time was taken. So we can say that inherent challenges. Inherent means that is already included, that is present. So these challenges were reflected. We saw these challenges when we took a lot of time during the finalization of charter. One of key factors. So many challenges are there. For example, one of the key factors was the Rohingya crisis that has weakened bilateral Bangladesh-Myanmar ties. Ties means relations. Rohingya crisis. So first see, who are Rohingya? Rohingya is a community, and most of the people are Muslim, and Rohingya belongs to Myanmar. In Myanmar, western side of Myanmar, Rohingya communities live. But we know that Myanmar is actually a Buddhist country. So Rohingya people have been suffering. Rohingya people have been suffering in Myanmar. It means they have been tortured a lot. So Rohingya people moved from Myanmar to Bangladesh, and a lot of Rohingyas are there in Bangladesh. They are living in refugee camps. So this is a major crisis, and this is a major problem. Rohingya people that has weakened bilateral Bangladesh Myanmar ties. Bilateral means between two countries. Bilateral Bangladesh Myanmar ties. So due to this problem, like Rohingya crisis, the relations between Bangladesh and Myanmar has weakened. With Dhaka, what Bangladesh wants? Seeking. Seek means to desire. You want something. It is called seeking. Bangladesh wants full repatriation. Repatriation means to send someone back to its country. It is called repatriation. Repatriation means to send someone back to its original country. So Bangladesh wants to send these Rohingya people back to Myanmar. repatriation of the refugees, and Naypyidaw disinclined. This is the capital of Myanmar, Naypyidaw. Disinclined. Disinclined means you are not interested to respond positively to international players. Player means request. So international community is also requesting to Myanmar that you should solve this Rohingya problem, but Myanmar is not responding positively. Myanmar is not interested in solving this problem. Unlike SAARC, which is burdened by India-Pakistan hostilities. So why we see stalemate in SAARC? The main problem of stalemate in SAARC is hostility, hostility between India and Pakistan. India and Pakistan have been, you can say that their relations have been full of hostilities. Due to this hostilities, we see SAARC is in a stalemate condition since 2014. There has been no meeting of SAARC. But if we talk about BIMSTEC, then BIMSTEC is relatively free of sharp bilateral disagreements. So in BIMSTEC, we do not see sharp bilateral disagreements. Bilateral means when two countries are involved, between the two countries. So there are no sharp bilateral disagreements in BIMSTEC countries and promises. And this BIMSTEC gives us hope to provide India with a cooperative sphere of its own. With the help of BIMSTEC, India gets an area where it can cooperate with member countries. Given means when you consider something. Given when you take into account. Given the complexity. Complexity means something that is very, you can say that something that is not simple. Given the complexity of domestic and geopolitical factors, if we consider all factors like domestic factors as well as international factors, then this sphere, here sphere means area, it means this BIMSTEC will require sustained means to maintain something, bilateral and group level discussions. So in this BIMSTEC there will be a need to continuously talk, or bilateral talking as well as group level talking, group level discussions, to prevent problems such as Rohingya crisis from becoming impediments. Something that is impediments, it stops your movement. Something that is impediment, it interrupts your movement. It do not allow you to move freely to the smooth delivery of economic and security outcomes. Outcomes means results. So there are, we see that this is a good body, but we need to solve such problems like Rohingya crisis that are major impediments, and if we do not solve such type of problems, then there may be, you can say that there may be not good results regarding economic activities and security. India too will have to ensure. So India needs to make sure equally sustained political engagement. Engagement means when you include yourself in an activity. Engagement with partners such as Nepal, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh to prevent. So this is also a need that India should take part in the politics of Nepal, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. Why? To prevent any domestical political spillover. Spillover is a situation that starts in one place but then begins to happen, or its effect can be felt somewhere else. It means incident happened at one place and you can feel the effects of that incident at some another place, like Nepal, Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh. These are the neighbor countries of India. If something happens here, like in Nepal, Sri Lanka, or in Bangladesh, some political upheaval is there, then India will also feel the consequences of that phenomena. So that's why India needs to be in contact with these countries politically to prevent, so that we can stop any domestical spillover from affecting bilateral and at domestic level. If any political changes are there at domestic level, if any political changes are there, then they will affect the bilateral relations, as well as they will affect the BIMSTEC, bilateral and group level working relationships. So India needs to be alert. India needs to be politically engaged with these countries. With his call for, when you call for something, it means you say that this thing should be done. With his call for a BIMSTEC, Free Trade Agreement, FTA. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi has called for FTA in BIMSTEC. Has outlined, when you outline something, it means you give a blueprint that in this way we are going to do this and this. India's vision to bolster means to support something. When you provide support to something, bolster trade connectivity in the grouping. So in BIMSTEC we will see FTA, Free Trade Agreement, and this Free Trade Agreement will support trade connectivity in the grouping. It will increase the trade of member countries. An FTA spanning means covering, spanning the maritime means sea related, resource rich members such as Myanmar and Sri Lanka. So particularly Myanmar and Sri Lanka, they are resource rich countries, they are maritime resource rich members, and these type of countries could bring dramatic gains means profit, advantage for all members, and these countries may be helpful in bringing a lot of changes for other countries and for other member countries. A coastal shipping ecosystem, a system is being developed. A coastal shipping ecosystem means how to import and export goods, and an interconnected electricity grid, and an interconnected electricity grid. It means all the member countries of BIMSTEC are being connected with electricity grid. Here you can say that grid means network, electricity network. In addition to means as well as we are developing coastal shipping ecosystem, we are increasing electricity network, as well as adopted master plan for transport connectivity. So to increase the transport connectivity, a master plan has been made, a master plan has been adopted. So these are the factors, and these factors have the potential means capacity, power to boost means to increase something, intra-regional trade, and economic ties means relations. So these are the factors, and these factors have the capacity that can increase the intra-regional trade. Here intra-regional trade means the trade among BIMSTEC countries, as well as these factors can increase economic relations. Having walked away from mega means large, huge, trade bloc means body, trade blocks such as the China led RCEP, so India has moved out from a lot of bodies like RCEP, the RCEP, Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. Previously India was a member of this partnership, but India moved out from that partnership. So you can say that India has moved out from a lot of economic partnership. So in that sense, BIMSTEC may be an helpful body. New Delhi's willingness. Willingness means you are ready to do something, to explore an FTA within the framework of a near home regional grouping. So you can say BIMSTEC is not a BIMSTEC is not a foreign body. It is just like your home. India has included the countries which are neighbor countries in BIMSTEC. May provide greater accommodation. Accommodation means arrangement for multi-party interests. So this BIMSTEC may provide arrangement for every party. Every here party means for every country who are the members of BIMSTEC. The security and trade related relations from the troubled SARC. So SARC at present is in a troubled condition. It means you can say that SARC is not working at all at present. So we can learn from SARC and we can learn from SAFTA experiences. Also ought to serve BIMSTEC. So lessons that we have got from SARC and SAFTA, these lessons should be helpful for BIMSTEC well in the long run. Long run means in the coming future, है ना, in the coming long time. So these lessons should help in maintaining BIMSTEC. Ultimately though, finally, for the revived grouping, revived means something that has been given a new life. Revived grouping to realize its trade and economic potential means your capacity. So to realize the capacity economically and to realize the trade potential of BIMSTEC, India will have to, what India needs to do is, India will have to take a leadership role in assuaging. Assuage means to make something less intense, to mitigate something, to reduce something. Any apprehensions means doubts. So smaller countries in BIMSTEC have doubts regarding power imbalances. So this is India's duty that these apprehensions must be mitigated among the smaller members of intragroup power imbalances. So some smaller countries have apprehensions, have doubts regarding power imbalances. So India should mitigate these doubts and strive. Strive means we should try. When you strive for something, it means you want to achieve something. India should strive to facilitate. When you facilitate something, it means you make it convenient. You give the facility of something. So India should strive to facilitate greater cross-border connectivity. So India must try to increase cross-border connectivity as well as and flow of investments. So among the BIMSTEC countries, investment should be encouraged. And how we can encourage investment? By lowering barriers. Barriers means impediments. Barrier means interruptions. Barriers to the movement of people and goods. So at present a lot of impediments are there, है ना, that prevents people and goods from moving one country to another country. So these barriers must be removed and we should make, you can say that we should make convenient, we should make the connectivity and investment convenient.